Oh, I'm so sorry to have wasted your time. So, the Halloween franchise is something that I grew up with, and I hold it near and dear. It was an important seed in my love for film and my filmmaking identity. That goes for Jason and Freddy and Chucky and all those guys too. However, I've mostly grown out of it, and I discovered that after all these years, Halloween has kind of softened up for me, and I think John Carpenter has definitely made better movies. I just think in the grand scheme of things, Michael Myers is more interesting than the playground he inhabits. Don't get me wrong, I think as an independent film, it really shines as an accomplishment. The looming shots combined with the atmospheric lighting, the pacing, the editing, it's all very good. And of course, I can't not think of the score when Halloween comes into conversation. But alas, horror has evolved inevitably, drastically, and Halloween, well, for me it just doesn't stand the test of time in the way that A Nightmare on Elm Street or Texas Chainsaw Massacre does. But then, suddenly, years after a failed god-awful remake / boot from Rob Zombie, the 2018 Halloween trailer drops. I was cautious, but I really thought it could have been something cool, especially with the pretext that it would retcon everything after the original Halloween entirely. Laurie is not the same person, she has serious post-traumatic stress disorder from what happened the night he came home, but she's out for blood like never before. I got major Ellen Ripley vibes from her. It seemed like a healthy choice to finally conclude Halloween, and then... How could I have been so foolish? Halloween will never end. The next one they're doing is called Halloween Ends. Don't tell me you believe them. They are going to be making these fucking movies until forever and a day. It's your responsibility to say no. So yeah, furthermore, Halloween 2018 was a disjointed letdown. There were some interesting aspects, like Laurie's PTSD and how it subsequently caused her to be invalidated and sort of casted out by her family. Michael Myers' built-up anger over all those years was kind of exciting, and him being elderly goes hand in hand with that. The score, done once again by John Carpenter, was chillingly well composed and memorable, but that's really it. The rest was just the same shit again. There was too much time spent on the dead-end relationship between Allison and her boyfriend, too much time spent on the dickhead journalists, plus their deaths and the majority of the rest were pretty underwhelming. The Doctor being a twist villain made no fucking sense at all, and my god, the pacing was egregious. Just a lousy missed opportunity the whole thing was. You bet your ass that I groaned so hard at that first trailer for Halloween Kills.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
What did you think was going to happen after setting a house on fire 5 minutes away from a fire station? You could have told the police that your plan B was to burn Michael Myers along with the house, but there's simply no need for me to try to reason with David Gordon Green, because of course he's going to make this into a trilogy and milk it dry. Guys, Michael Myers is not invincible. The reason he won't die is because of that $255.6 million stack! The one teeny tiny minuscule thing that convinced me to give Halloween Kills a chance was the town of Haddonfield versus Michael. The thought of an entire neighborhood teaming up against Michael Myers sparked up the deep, geeky recesses of my noggin. There's tons of potential for cool action there, and the marketing made it seem a lot like there was going to be some cool shit going down.
We're able to make a bigger, badder, nastier, crazier version.
Well, guess what? The townspeople versus Michael Myers lasts about, 6 minutes. And it's the very last scene of the movie. We get the townspeople saying they're going to kill him, doing the bare minimum of trying to find him, and then the movie hits you with this scene that's trying to be a super deep commentary on mob mentality, when all it is they make a mentally ill patient jump out of a window because they think it's Michael. even though he looks nothing like him body-wise, and he doesn't have a mask. That's supposed to be a big moment. This movie is so incredibly barren and uninteresting that it's almost impressive. I am astounded by how profoundly pointless this movie is. If you end up in the majority who do not like it, it'll either feel like 3 hours or it'll feel like 50 minutes. I felt the latter.
You think it's so fucking funny, huh?
I do not know how this equates to a movie at all. The first 13-ish minutes is set in 1978, which was, credit where credit's due, kind of cool, because of how authentic it looked. But visual craft aside, everything in 1978 ultimately served little to no purpose, and it had the most underwhelming payoff. Then we get introduced to the child actors reprising their oh-so-important and special roles from the original Halloween. They have pretty much nothing to do except be angry and scared. Then Laurie winds up in the hospital and stays there for the whole fucking movie. Michael escapes again. He kills a few people. Laurie and her daughters get word that he survived. Michael kills a few more people. Then the group of citizens goes berserk and mistakes a mental patient for Michael. Michael kills a few more people. The mental patient kills himself. The detective in the hospital with Laurie confesses to not killing Michael when he had the chance, so it's his fault, blah, blah, blah. Allison finds Michael. Michael kills her boyfriend. Karen takes off Michael's mask and tricks him into becoming enclosed with the armed neighborhood. They knock him down, but lose soon after. Michael kills Karen, and then part 3 comes out next year. Wow. Thanks.
There's your money's worth!
Even the score was pretty lackluster. Doesn't that almost sound royalty-free? This feels like a fan-made YouTube thing. At least Rob Zombie had a tangible vision of some kind. At least Halloween Resurrection had some so bad it's good elements. This is just disposable and sad. At this point, I feel bad for Michael. Hollywood will never let him rest. I hope he kills everybody in the next one, in hopes that maybe his destiny will be fulfilled and he can just sit down and have a beer. That's gonna be it for my review. Thank you so much for watching. Don't let this movie ruin your Hallows Eve spirit. And might I recommend The Mask.